for our country. That ranks us 75th in the world, but below the global average. Just some comparisons: Iraq's National Assembly, 26% women, about a third higher than us. Afghanistan's 28% women. Rwanda's number one; they're about 65% women. You got to check. This is something we're checking out. Pull up the list, because what you'll see, it's not easy to explain by continent. It's not easy to explain by culture or dominant religion. All over the world, there are nations that do it well. There are nations that don't do it so well. We do so many things well. We do so many things well with respect to women. But on this, the election of women to federal office, we're bad. And part of being a great nation is being proud of the things you're good at, but being honest about the things you're not good at, and then trying to get better at it. But because it's too hard, we can't take anything for granted. And so my advice to you is the advice that I use myself in elections. I'll tell you, this is my 9th election. I'm 8-0, and I'm going to be 9-0. Wait. Yeah. I lose a lot when I challenge Sherrod Brown on baseball trivia, and don't take a stock tip from me, but never bet against me in an election. Never. I do not lose a lot. Now, how do I win races? And I didn't tell you the full story. I'm undefeated, but I barely win. I'm a real nail-biter kind of a person. I barely win my races. I always tell people, I figured out that, if you think about your own personality, you realize you're barely likable enough. Politics is where else can you 51% like you, 49%, oh wow, you're a big winner. That's you can't work that percentage in any other profession, say politics. I barely win my races because Virginia's tough. We have not, we were red when I got into this. We're bluer now. We're red, so I got to run in tough real estate, and I barely win my races. But the way I do is I tell myself this: you're the underdog until they call you the winner. And Hillary Clinton, who's trying to make history, she knows the underdog until they call us the winner. That's the discipline that you've got to have. That's the discipline that you've got to have to win. And I'll just say one more thing on that. I like the underdog thing because it's not just a campaign thing. It's also kind of a little bit of a value. I used to be chairman of the Democratic National Committee, and I would travel across the country, go to Democrat meetings in every state, did a bunch of them here in Ohio back in 2009, 2010. And, the Democrats are kind of a motley crew. I don't know if you've noticed, but, I would be with the super blue dog, kind of the conservative Dems, and then the progressive Dems. I would be with students and labor and environmental activists, and you'd be with all these constituencies, and we were always a lovable bunch, but sometimes kind of a motley group. And I would look for what's the one thing I can say about wherever I go into any meeting, what's the unifying principle that I could see in this party, which is this continuous operating political party. And what I decided is we're underdog people. We are people who just kind of have a passion for the underdog, and we like to fight for the underdog. And I don't know if there's something genetic about it. Maybe a researcher at the Ohio State University someday will find that that's a genetic thing, but I don't know what it is, but we kind of are underdog people. In my church, we would say kind of the Good Samaritan example. That would be the example we would use. Somebody's lying at the side of the road, and they're beaten up, and they're asking for help. And a whole lot of people, and this is a sad lesson of life, a whole lot of people walk on by, including people who know better. They walk on by, religious or moral leaders, they walk on by. I bet somebody walked on by and looked at that guy and said, "You're a loser." That's probably what they said back in the story. But then somebody, and in the story, that somebody is kind of a despised minority, a Samaritan at the time. Somebody said, "I'm not walking on by. I'm going to go over and I'm going to do what I can to help out." I don't know you personally, but you're here for a cause, and I think I can say this about you. You are not the kind of people who who just walk on by. That's not who you are. Hillary Clinton, not the kind of person who just walks on by. That's not who she's doing ever. I'm not that kind of person. Americans aren't that kind of people. We don't just walk on by. We roll up our sleeves, and even if you don't know all the answers, and even if you don't have all the words to say, we're going to go over and try to help out. So roll up your sleeves. Don't walk on by. You know in society right now, there's a lot of people at the side of the road. You know, some might have been a victim of violence, but some are hungry, and some are lonely, and some are sick, and some need mental health, or they need assistance with an opioid addiction. There's a lot of people at the side of the road that are asking for help. And they need somebody who knows to not put themselves first, but put somebody else first. That is who Hillary Clinton is. That's the kind of president she'll be. You can't take anything for granted. Don't walk on by. Don't walk on by. Let's go over and help. Let's make this